Keltek PMR30. Ever since that Smith & Wesson came out, everybody forgot about this little thing. Super light, no recoil at all, 22 mag, 30 rounds. Let's see if she eats. Little jam. Another jam. It's empty. Welcome to Ballistic Brooks. Let's get into it. So what we have here is the Keltek PMR. This thing came out a few years back. It kind of a neat design. 22 Magnum pistol with 30 round magazine in your hand. You got 30 rounds of 22 Magnum at your disposal. This thing is just, when it runs, it runs. Like these things, like you can cycle through these, no recoil, smooth. Your sight acquisition is absolutely amazing on these. The only problem is, it is a rimfire. You do have issues with jams every now and then. It's pretty common. Depending on your ammunition, the better ammunition you get, the more you spend on it, obviously the better cycle rate you're gonna get with it. It doesn't jam as much on you, but at the end of the day, for what it is, it runs really well. The Fiachi ammunition that I have, the bulk Fiachi 40 grain, that seems to run pretty well in it. The Hornady 30 grain, is it 30 grain? Yeah, the Hornady 30 grains run really well in it. But other than that, I have never really shot too much more than that through it, other than those two ammunitions. And both of them, I've got thousands of rounds through this thing, and it works fairly well for what it is. And it is super light. It's compact. You can get different holsters, Kydex, different styles. Really light slide. It's got nice fiber optic sights on it. And it is set up to where you can take and put a red dot on there if you want to. I actually have a red dot plate for this, and I have put a red dot on it. I prefer it without. I like the way it functions a little bit better without, because it does add a little bit more weight to the slide, and you have a little bit more issues with the jamming with it. So without it, it tends to run a little bit smoother, a little bit less jams on it. So, but right now I got some diabetes set up downrange. I got 30 rounds of 40 grain Fiachi full metal jackets loaded up. Let's get rid of those diabetes real quick, and then we'll empty the rest of this mag off on that bad guy shoot and see splatter target. So, oh, gotta get my eyes. Got the sun in my eyes there. All right, let's see what these things will do. I'm assuming they're gonna explode. Oh, helps if I turn the safety off. Sprinkler. Oh, got a jam on that one. Jam on that one. I think a lot of these are just from the gun starting to get dirty already, because I got a couple mags through it before we started filming. Yeah, just, if you notice, if you want to come check this out, it's just not quite feeding all the way up the ramp. It's kind of like the bullet's just kind of hitting on the top of the inside of the barrel and just stopping. It doesn't take much to get it to cycle. That's it. Just basically touch it, and it just kind of pops right back into place. See if we can make it through the rest of these. Yeah, that was it. Now that we got it all warmed up, let's run another one through it and see if it'll cycle through a whole mag without jamming up on us once. No. Well, I'm not counting, but that's a lot of jams. Maybe I should clean this thing before I shoot it some more. All right, let's set up some more targets and see if we can at least destroy some stuff with it. So in all honesty, I don't really have a big point to this video. I'm not trying to do any super testing or anything like that. I'm just gonna destroy some shit. And I actually enjoy shooting this gun. I know I've had a few hiccups with it wanting to jam on me and whatnot, but at the end of the day, this thing cycles really smooth when it runs well. And it is a lot of fun to shoot because it's got a nice big fireball, so it's got good report, good sound. It sounds like a big mean gun, but it's only a 22 Magnum, and it's pretty destructive when this thing runs pretty well. So I just enjoy shooting it. So let's destroy this diabetes and some watermelons that are down there and have a little bit of fun with this thing today. Man, when it gets down towards the end of the mag, that's when it really wants to start jamming. Yeah, that one actually emptied out. Yeah, I'm wondering if it might be for the fact that I've actually had these mags loaded for probably about 3 months now. I've had them all loaded up because I actually meant to do a video on it a while back, and just with weather and timing it just didn't work out. So that could be affecting the fact that why we get down towards the bottom of the mag, it starts to jam up a little bit more. But then again, if you look in there, it is pretty dirty right now. I've oiled it up pretty good to try to see if I can get it to run a little bit, but it's kind of neglect on my part. But either way, I'm gonna finish this off. I can see through that watermelon, but it's still sitting there on the table, so I don't really like that. I just get going with it and it jams up. Finally made it through that one. So we can go down and take a look at the devastation real quick if you want. Now that was 60 rounds, but for a 22, it kind of laid a little bit of hate on these things. All kinds of bullet holes. Even Splatter guy back there got lit up a little bit through the watermelons a little bit more, and he's covered in diabetes and watermelon juices, so that's nasty. We're gonna have to clean all that up. But at the end of the day, I still love the gun. I do need to take it home and clean it, and I think I'm gonna load up some of the Hornadays and bring it back out and run it some more with the Hornadays. I did have better luck with the Hornadays not wanting to jam up as bad, but that could be because I'm a little bit partial to Hornaday ammunition. I love their stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like this thing. I wanted to take this out and play with it a little bit more just because I enjoy shooting it, but at the same time, I am looking at picking up one of the Smith & Wesson 22 Magnums, and I'd like to kind of do a side-by-side comparison when I do after I get a few rounds through the Smith & Wesson. The Smith & Wesson is, from what I'm understanding and everything I'm reading on it and the reviews I'm seeing other YouTubers do on it, is running flawlessly. They're running every kind of ammunition, and the fact that it's got that barrel over gas system, I don't know exactly how to describe that yet. I need to do a little bit more research on it, but it's a little bit different design than this, and they're having no issues because the gas system's helping it recoil without having jam ups. So being a little bit more dirty after you've fired a couple hundred rounds through it is not affecting it as badly. And this one just being a straight blowback setup, it starts to get dirty and it starts to run like shit. I mean, if you can see up inside of the chamber on this thing, I've got probably 150 rounds through it today and maybe 100 rounds through it before today, and it is nasty. So I'm hoping that one does well. Hopefully I can get that pretty soon, and then we can test it out side by side, and we can do a little bit of a video just on just that itself as well. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.